Dear students, good morning. Today let us discuss topics on technology for management for MBA second semester or MBA first year students have to study this technology for management as per Bangalore North University syllabus, right? Why technology is required to a management student? Why management should know what is happening in technology, what are the changes happening in technology. So this gives the objective of the study. First objective is to elevate students awareness of information technology and develop an in-depth and systematic understanding of key aspects of IT management. This is university has used the word elevate. You are aware of what is information technology, right? That is why they are using the word elevate to improve, to upgrade the existing knowledge in information technology and in-depth and systematic understanding of key aspects of IT management, why it is required for an organization. The second one is to help students gain a strategic perspective on business. So how technology can change the face of the business, how it can be strategically adopted by the corporates to evaluate the value of emerging technologies and their competitive advantages. You know, technology is changing very fast. Every day we are finding new technologies or technique of doing the things, and how far it is competitive if when it comes to the real market, right? If I adopt the new technology, should I change in another 6 months? Because there will be upgradation of the today's technology, right? Techniques will be upgraded every day. That is why the competitive advantage should also be thought of before adopting it, or to evaluate the value. Evaluate, right? Evaluation is how to find the efficiency of that after adopting that particular technology. What are the changes happened, whether it is led to the changes in the production system or where it is applied, and because of that application, does company get any advantage or the profit or like that, right? That kind of study also we are doing under technology for management. Let us see, to understand the concept of information technology, let us understand what is a computer. Computer is a device that can accept human instruction, processes it, and responds to it. Or a computer is a computational device which is used to process the data under the control of a computer program. Program is sequence of instruction along with the data. It is not a complicated uh, a definition of a computer. It is a device, it is an electronic device that can accept human instruction. What we feed in, what we ask for, it understands and it processes the input, what we are feeding in. That processes it and respond to it in a given format. The data will be fed in, it will be undergoing different types of processes. Only computer can do that, and then it gives back us in a systematic organized data, that is information. This is what the definition. Or computer is computational device which is used to process the data under the control of a computer program. Here they use the word called program. Program is what? It is a set of instruction along with the data, or this is the mediator to convert input into output, right? Let us see the components of a computer. There are mainly three components. One is input unit, central processing unit, and output unit. As you are aware, input input devices are the devices which are used to feed the data in. Output devices are the devices which are used to get the output from the computer. Central processing unit acts as a human brain. It is further divided into three major parts. One is memory unit, control unit, and arithmetic logic unit, or otherwise it is known as ALU. So most of us have heard that CPU is called the brain of the computer, no doubt. It accepts the data, provides temporary memory space to it until it is stored in the main memory or primary memory like hard disk, right? Performs logical operation on it, hence the processes data into information, or we can use the word converts. We also know that computer consists of hardware and software. Software is set of programs that performs multiple tasks together. An operating system is also a software that helps humans to interact with the computer system. The software is an interface between computer and the or computer's hardware and the human. If you see the history of computer, it always refers to the generation of computing devices. Here generation means we can tell it is the phases of development of the earlier computer to the present era. How different, how it developed, which are the different phases, and what are the changes happen in each phases. This is technically known as generation of computers. Uh, Let us see which are the generations. Computer generations: first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and fifth generation. First generation was between 1940 to 1956. Second generation between 1956 to 1963. Third generation between 1964 to 71. Fourth generation was between 1971 to the present era, and fifth generation will be from today or the present era to or beyond. This is the main These are the main phases of the computer generations. So what happened in first, second, third, fourth, and fifth generation? First generation computer, they used technology as vacuum tubes, and its size was almost covering entire building. In second generation, if you see, they used technology as transistors. It successfully replaced the vacuum tubes. Because of this, size of the computer was reduced to half of a room, almost 1 by 4th of the, not 1 by 4th, 1 by 10th of the first generation computer. If you see the third generation computer, they used technology that is integrated circuit. Here circus is printed. Please understand, it is not circus, it is circuits. Integrated circuits, or ICs also we call them, or it is called multiple transistors. It could accommodate many transistors in a small instrument. So because of this, what happened? Size of the computer was reduced considerably, smaller, and just occupy a small table, maybe 3 by 4th, or just a dining table. Just imagine that from a size of whole building it used to occupy, reduced to half of the room. Then it is reduced to one dining table, 3 by 4th table maybe. Fourth generation one was still upgraded. Here it is the era of microchips. Millions of transistors could accommodate in one small microchips. So that technology is advanced from vacuum tubes to transistors to integrated circuits to microchips. That is why it became very smaller and smaller and smaller compared to other three generations. If you see in the fifth generation, we are using artificial intelligence. So that what happened, because of microchips also, the size got reduced, and the functionalities, if you see, and reliability of the computers, if you see, it also gradually increased. Let us see in detail. First generation computers, they successfully used vacuum tubes. They were often enormous and taking up entire room. This belongs to the size of the computers. First generation computers relied on machine language. Here machine language is the language which computer can understand. It uses binary system or base 2 system, wherein only 0 and 1 will be used. They were very expensive to operate, and in addition to using a great deal of electricity, generated a lot of heat, which was often caused them malfunctioning. This is a drawback of the computer: size and the generation of heat because of continuous usage, and it used to consume more electricity. The first generation computer relied on the machine language. That is what I just explained. That is, it uses binary system which could be only can understood by the computers. The examples are the UNIVAC and ANIVAC computers are the best example of this generation computer. If you see the second generation computer, which varies between 1956 to 1963, here as we discussed, vacuum tubes are successfully displaced by or sorry replaced by transistors. So that is why size was reduced. Here it used cryptic binary machine language to symbolic machine. It is called assembly language also. High level programming languages were also being used at this time, such as early versions of COBOL and Fortran. High level language is almost near to human languages. Here set of programs will be written in the alphanumeric using coding like COBOL and Fortran. These were also the first computers that stored their instruction in the memory, though the transistors still generated a great deal of heat that subjected to computer to damage. That is becomes a drawback, but also it was compared to the first generation, it improved its quality. Best examples are IBM 1620, IBM 1794, CDC 1604, CDC 3600, UNIVAC 1108. These are the best example for the second generation computer where vacuum tube successfully replaced the. Coming to third generation computers, it is the third phase of the technological development. Here, as we discussed, transistors are replaced by integrated circuits. A single IC could accommodate millions of or 5,000, somewhere it is written as 5,000 transistors and capacitors in one IC. IC was invented by Jack Kelby. This made the computer smaller, reliable, and efficient. In this generation, remote processing, time sharing, multi-programming operating system were also used. The best languages, high-level languages like Fortran 2 to 4, COBOL, Pascal, PL bar 1, Basic, Algol 68, etc. were used during this generation. If you see machine language to high-level languages, we were able to improve or upgrade. Here the best features are IC was used, integrated circuits, more reliable, the size was smaller, less heat was generated, it was faster, maintenance cost was little bit less. So, but the cost of machine was almost high only, consumed lesser electricity compared to the first two generations, supported high level languages like COBOL, Fortran 2 to 4 like that. If you see the examples, IBM 360 series, Honeywell 6000 series, PDP or personal data processors, IBM 370 bar 168. These are the model of the computers. TDC 316. If you see the fourth generation computer, which was between 1971 and 1980, the entire thing was changed almost. The computers of the fourth generation used very large scale integrated circuits. VLSI, it is shortly known as, it could accommodate 5,000 transistors in the one circuit. It led to the emergence of microcomputers in the fourth generation. Fourth generation computers are compact, smaller in size, reliable, yes, affordable. As a result, we are using or in offices everywhere you are seeing this PC, personal computer was evolved. In this generation, time sharing, these are the multifunctionalities of the function computer. Time sharing, real time networks, distributed operating systems were also used. All time high level languages like C, C++, DBase, etc. were also introduced in the fourth generation computer. The main features of computer generation, fourth generation were VLSI, very large, very cheap, portable and reliable use of PCs, very small size, number of no AC was required. Concept of internet was introduced. Great development in the fields of networks. Networks we are discussing in the later stage. Internet also we are discussing in deep. Computers became easily available. This led to the revolution in the communication or information technology industry. Examples are DEC10, Star 1000, PDP-11, Cray-1, Cray XMP. These are the supercomputers. If you see in the fifth generation computers, which varied between 1982 till date, here instead of VLSI, what we used is ultra large scale integration. Because of this technological upgradation, what happened? The microprocessor could accommodate 10 million electronic components in one small chip. So it reduced the size of the computers considerably. In this generation, we used uh, artificial intelligence softwares. Artificial intelligence is an emerging branch in computer science which interprets a means and method of making computers think like human beings. Right, you are seeing the virtual assistants or Google assistants. If you tell, it will understand your language. So it is almost near to human language. All the high level languages like C, C++, Java, .NET, etc. are used in this generation. There are many things which are evolved because of artificial intelligence. Intelligence includes robotics. Yes, in robotic engineering, artificial intelligence is successfully used in neural networks, game playing, systems to make decisions in real life situations, in automated processes. In the production system, you are seeing this decision making, natural languages, understanding and generation. ULSI technology, development of true artificial intelligence, development of natural language processing, advancement in parallel processing, advancement in superconductor technology. The main features of the fourth generation computers were like desktop, laptop, notebook, ultrabook, Chromebook. Availability of very powerful and compact computers at cheaper rate. This is the considerable part of our considerable or visible impact of artificial intelligence and the microprocessors. You are able to, you are holding your mobile in hand. This size is because of the uh, technical upgradation what happened in fifth generation. Briefly, if you see the history of computers, electronic and computing technology quickly progressed at an ever accelerating pace from vacuum tubes, this is the person, to transistors, to semiconductors, to microprocessors, to networking and internet, to the world wide web, right, and beyond. We are still upgrading the technology.